All right, everybody. Putting up a video, a series of videos this week. I want to do a whole set. I've got new subscribers to the channel, and I definitely want to get some content up. So here's going to be the first one. Now, it's possible that in the library of videos, which I know it's not like thousands, that there could be one on this invocation. This is near and dear to my heart. It's a very important Enochian piece for inner alchemy, and we'll get into that in a minute. But on the channel, I'm going to be doing, as I mentioned before, I think one of the last videos I uploaded, I'm going to be going over like a series of these: Lesser Ritual of the Pentagram, Supreme Ritual of the Pentagram. Some subscribers and commenters were asking for Enochian pieces for simpler stuff, casting a circle, consecration of ritual tools, and these kind of things. And I have those, and they make for like short videos, which is actually I like to upload both short and medium length videos. So this if I've already done this one, then well, here's an updated version of the video. So really what I'm doing now is trying to get back in the groove of putting content up. And this is the Za'v, which is Enochian for the one source. It's a divine term of the infinite intelligence, the infinite what exists beyond the perpetual Genesis creation that we're in. Source connection, infinite. So the one source connection invocation, and that's this photo is titled a little double entendre there. But so you have the this is a meta Oversoul connection. Basically, what this and people have asked this before. It depends on the piece of Enochian. There are breakdowns. I do breakdowns of a lot of, well, I won't say a lot, but a portion of the, because I got 300 plus pages of Enochian invocation, and this is garnered through divination, pendulum divination, and with summoning divination, and I do breakdowns on some of them because a lot of these Enochian words, they have to describe to convey what one word contains is sometimes several words in English, Spanish, German, whatever, what have you, and it comes off more as a breakdown of individual words, and so it's kind of a lengthy little breakdowns for each word. And this, I don't have it pulled up here. I don't have the notes beside me, but I know this one very well. It's my favorite piece in all the Enochian that it's been produced on my watch anyway. It is basically an attunement of the primary energy frequency of your energy body. Attunement of that primary frequency. Primary being like the collection of, if you have your different vortexes, chakra, you have your different aspects of the energy body, which can be divided down into like dimensional planes, of sort of that tuning that primary frequency for basically that inner voice, the higher self, people call it, holy guardian, holy daemon, oversoul. With Oversoul, this is a very specific criteria in the Enochian, because Enochian goes along with the Oversoul concept that various sentient forms or entities of different types can proceed from a larger oversoul. So this 3-line piece, it's essentially conveying channel, tunnel, attunement, intensity, increase. It's basically it's an Enochian to invoke attunement, to connect with one's higher self in a higher vibration, higher resonant way, and we'll go through it. I don't want to get too off into the weeds without my notes. I'm just going off of memory here. But I do remember that it's conveying like a conduit, the conduit between the finite mind incarnate in the avatar and the infinite mind that the Oversoul resides in, which is outside of the dreamscape creation perpetual genesis that we are experiencing collectively here. So this is basically an execute command sequence, and that's the best. That's a way of talking about Enochian, and really it's kind of humorous in a way. But it's kind of accurate. It's you're executing these words. Usually, as I said before, comprise multiple like descriptions and words in English. So if you have a word like he's Za'v, this first one right here. This is a word that contains more than one like concept in the language. Like calling forth, glorified to be called forth, glorified to be called forth. So he's Zopashone, glorified to be called forth. So that's a phrase. I mean, that's a whole thing. The definition. But I don't want to compare it to like Webster's dictionary terms, like automobile, a carriage that moves one from point A to point B, all this. It's like that. It is like that. But I don't like the idea of such a strict adherence to the form of like Webster's dictionary in terms. Well, what does this word mean? Give me the Webster's breakdown. It's like, yeah, it's something like that. It's something like that. But he's Zopeshone, glorified to be called forth. Now, that's an example, and I'm not going to go through every single one of these words because that was turn this into an hour video, and I don't think anybody wants to spend 45 minutes or an hour going through mainly what everybody wants to know is they want to hear the Enochian spoken. And I've already taken too long in this diatribe that I've already went on. But again, it's been a couple of months since I've uploaded a video, at least a couple of months. It's been weeks, and working, like 6-7 days a week. It's really difficult when you have like online work and then like a part-time day job, and then it's just a whole thing. So let's go through this, and so this video does not turn out to be a half hour. So the one source Oversoul evocation. So it's Za'v, evocation. So that is basically the one source. That's Oversoul, one source, the infinite intelligence. So we're going to go through this, and it's a 3x3. So this is going to be done. It's done 3 times. I don't mind reading it at all 3 times, but a couple times it's mainly what people want, so they can follow along and practice, because people get results with this Enochian. People get results They like the way it sounds, and they have a curiosity about learning how to speak it well, and this is good. And here we go. His zopeshone, futezoe, zuhole, vutre, porzuze, sivtuve, lovusizue, rene, rufutinove, sustoe, zizue, nistove, zuhuve, tozue, dihos tove, roge zuvotie, vue, tisudove, sinoe, zihe, uso, hi isaze, zotve, suti tohose. And you see these words here that end in e, like these dihos tove. That e is elongated when it's on the end like that. Over here we have zihe, and then uso, hi isaze. When you do the absent character phonetic for like the other words, like unless it's a god name, if it's a person's name, an angel's name, a god name, then it doesn't get the absent character sound at the end of it. Like here, his zope shone, that a at the end, futezoe, zuhole, vutre. So there's a sound that's being added to the ends of these words. But it's a kind of abbreviated version of what the E is done. The E, when it appears on the end of a word, like here and here in the third line, the first word, and over here, zihe, uso, hi, isaze, it's elongated. So, but a absent character phonetic that's on the end of most of these words, it's kind of abbreviated thing. So, his zope shone, futezoe, zuhole, vutre, porzuze, sivtuve. So it's there, but it's not elongated. So let's go through this one more time. His zope shone, futezoe, zuhole, vutre, porzuze, sivtuve, lovusizue, rene, rufutinove, sustoe, zizue, nistove, zuhuve, tozue, dihos tove, roge zuvotie, vue, tisudove, sinoe, zihe, uso hi isaze, zotve, suti tohose. Alright, that should give anybody that wants to do this. And people have asked me how often can you do this. I mean, I've never used this one more than once per week, and I wouldn't. I've never really only on occasion have I done that a few times. It's not as if there's some kind of well, I've joked about too much of a good thing. I've made that joke to a few younger individuals or other people that have asked me this very question. But upon divination and my conversations with my higher self, it's always been, a couple times a month would be just fine. And you could do that the next month and the next month. That's fine. But this is not for every day because we're dealing with. The point is the execute command, manipulate energy. Now, if you're executing command using spoken divine language to execute a manipulation of energies, you are an energy being. You're an infinite, immortal energies experiencing a finite, realm of experience, an incarnation. So it's like if you use the analogy of a computer, if you need to defrag the hard drive, that's great. Defrag your hard drive, but you don't do it every day. You're executing commands to do something. And so, like using the computer's example, you might clear your cookies off of your browser. Well, you don't do it every single day. You do it when you need to, or you do it when you want to. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. And because people want to know, is there a detriment? Is there a detriment? Well, beyond the analogy of a computer clearing your cookies or something like that, yes, there is a detriment to just doing this repeatedly over and over every day, because it's like never letting the water settle. You know, if you are affecting energy of your being and your connection and the different centers of the body, the different energy that is of your entire totality, if you're affecting that, maybe it needs to be at certain times. Maybe it needs to be. It needs reordered. It needs attuned. It needs consecrated. It needs these things. But to do it over and over and over, it probably would be a detriment. It probably would not allow other healthy processes to play out in a manner that would allow you to progress at a more efficient rate. It may actually become something that slows one down. Okay, people often ask that question, but they're kind of thinking in a more morbid, dark. Like, will I turn it into a singularity and disappear from existence? You know, it's like no. It's we strive for an efficiency of inner alchemy and progress, and like I said, too much of a good thing. Alrighty, I've got a beautiful black kitty cat sitting here looking at me, probably wants food, so I'm going to sign off. If you've watched this far, thank you. If you subscribed, thank you. There is more content coming. Actually, I'm going to be starting on another video here in just a few minutes. So, thanks for watching, and expect more of these, and peace out.